I would say that click-through rate is one of the most basic measurements of, healthy, unhealthy, because you don't have to have conversions. There's nothing to set up. There's nothing that you need to do beyond just running the ad, because every Google Ads campaign has clicks and impressions. So therefore, every Google Ads campaign has click-through rate.
Yeah.
So I would say it is very much a standard method, because you can't look at the CPC and determine success, right?
Not on its own, no.
No, not on its
Or
own.
less so on its own than
Yeah,
click-through rate on
and you
its own.
can't look at position of the ads and determine success. I mean, from the campaign view, excluding conversions and return on ad spend, if I could only look at those primary metrics, I would say I might go straight to CTR to at least have a guess about how well something's performing.
Well, how important is it to us, and like how much does click-through rate determine success? If you're thinking about, and by the way, for the most part, we're talking about search campaigns versus YouTube or display or remarketing.
Good point.
So you want to keep it to search today? We'll keep it to search.
Yeah, because YouTube
and remarketing, they're totally different click-through rates.
YouTube is really deceptive because it has to do, it does have a click-through rate, but it's going to be based on how many people clicked on the ad, not the view of the ad.
Yeah.
So it's
which obviously are going to be a lot less.
Yeah.
So we're talking about search, but if you're asking like how much does it determine success or how important is it to us, I think it's my mind goes to, what is important in a search campaign. The number one thing I always go to are search terms. I think that's the most important thing. I think you could make an argument for location as well, because if your search terms are in the wrong location, you're in trouble. But assuming all that setting stuff is correct, what are the most important gauges of success or things that you can control to be successful? Number one is search terms. And then what is a sign of success? The next thing that you can point to, other than like an amazing search term list or report. If you don't have all conversion tracking in place, if you're not tracking all your conversions, leads, calls, everything, and you're not super confident about that tracking, then I would put conversion tracking maybe above click-through rate. But if you don't have perfect conversion tracking, which maybe no one ever does, because there's always things that fall through or things that can't be tracked, but there's a lot of advertisers that don't get all their conversion tracking in place. And if you don't have it all in place, after search terms, I think it's fair to say click-through rate is the next best gauge of success, or the next place you should look.
What about this? Where would you place click-through rate and, let's say, analytical data, as in bounce rate, time on site, page per session, pages viewed per session? What about that? I would say that click-through rate might actually be a tick over that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because bounce rate and time on site is never an indicator of success, because some businesses just have one page and they just want a phone call.
Some businesses are going to lend themselves towards a huge bounce rate if they have just a squeeze page, a landing page, but a really good one that gets a lot of conversions for them. But a lot of people who don't convert are going to be bounces. So yeah, if we're talking, I'll put it this way. I need a click-through rate on every single campaign. I need to look at my click-through rate, every keyword, all that kind of stuff. I don't need Google Analytics data imported into the Google Ads account as soft conversion data, like how the time on site. It helps, but I don't need it.
Nice.
I need a click-through rate to kind of tell me where I'm at. So how important is it? It's like very important. It's one of the top 2-3 most important parts of a Google Ads campaign. Shocking, because we don't discuss it much, because it's so fundamental, but it is that important. I think it's fair. And then how much does click-through rate determine success, or how much are you able to judge the success of a campaign based on click-through rate alone? So Chris, walk us through a couple scenarios. Scenario A, you don't have any conversion data, and or you have incomplete conversion data.
Okay.
just incomplete. Scenario B, you have complete conversion data. You're able to see all the leads, all the sales. How much does click-through rate matter to you or help you make a campaign successful? How much do you optimize off of it? So or incomplete conversion data and then complete conversion data. So why don't you walk me through how you look at click-through rate in those two scenarios, starting with incomplete conversion data?
Yeah. So as far as the situation where an account has incomplete or maybe as far as none on the conversion data, I would say that click-through rate definitely becomes more valuable in comparison to someone who has full conversion data. So I would say that the importance of click-through rate is variable based on the amount of conversion data that I have. So with no conversion data or with incomplete conversion data, I can at least judge at the campaign level, maybe even the ad group level, the relevance of the traffic quality and how how much people are reacting to that, how much these ads are hitting exactly what these people are looking for. So for example, if I look into an account and I see a 0.5 conversion rate, let's say, and I also see a 1% or a 0.5 click-through rate, I am going to feel much more uncomfortable about that 0.5 click-through rate along with that 0.5 conversion rate than I would with an account that is, let's say, 10%, 15% conversion rate and a 0.5 click-through rate. Because when I see two of those paired together, I am much more uncomfortable with too low click-through rate and a very low conversion rate versus high conversion rate, low click-through rate. And to me, it seems like it's an early warning for something that's wrong internally in the account, really.